Okay, so today we're going to dive into some really powerful ideas from Morgan Housel. And we're talking about something that affects every single one of us, the art of spending money. But look, this isn't about budgeting or spreadsheets. This is about shifting your entire perspective to build what you could call a genuinely richer life.
It all kicks off with a question that I bet a lot of you can relate to. You work hard, you get the promotion, your paycheck gets bigger, but that little knot of financial anxiety in your stomach, it just doesn't seem to go away. What is going on there?
Well, it turns out the solution isn't just about earning more. The real game changer is fundamentally changing the philosophy, the why, behind how you spend the money you already have. All right, let's jump right into our first lesson. This one tackles one of the biggest money traps out there, the status game. And it forces us to ask a really, really tough question. Who are your purchases actually for? This brings us to a brilliant idea called the man in the car paradox. And it's so true. Think about it. When you see someone drive by in some crazy expensive car, do you really think, wow, that driver must be such an amazing person? Come on, of course not. You just think, wow, if I had that car, people would think I'm cool. And this breaks it down perfectly. See, we assume that buying the fancy thing makes us the main character. But the reality is the object becomes the star, and we, the owner, become kind of invisible. People just use our stuff as a prop for their own daydreams about themselves. So, what happens when you just decide to stop playing this game? It's huge. You don't just feel better mentally. You literally and instantly free up a huge chunk of your income for stuff that brings you genuine personal joy. Okay, on to lesson number 2, and honestly, this one might be the most powerful idea of all. It's about completely redefining what wealth is for. It's not for buying more things, it's for buying your freedom. Just take a second and let that one sink in. The ultimate luxury isn't a watch or a car, it's waking up and owning your time, being in total control of your day. That, right there, is true wealth. There's a name for this, the independence dividend. Think of it as the return you get on your money when you invest it in your own autonomy. It's using your savings to create options for yourself. The option to switch jobs, to handle an emergency without breaking a sweat, or to just take a day off because you need it. So here's how you put this into practice. The next time you're about to make a big purchase, change the question you ask yourself. Don't just ask, can I afford this? Ask, how many days or weeks or months of my freedom am I treating for this thing? That reframes the entire decision, doesn't it? Our third lesson is about a really subtle trap, but it's one that so many of us fall into. It's the mistake of using the money you have today to satisfy the dreams of a person you no longer are. Think about it this way. Maybe in your 20s, all you wanted was that expensive designer watch. But now, in your 30s, you care way more about having a free weekend than some flashy thing on your wrist. The trap is when you finally get the money and you buy the watch anyway. You're fulfilling a goal for a past version of you that doesn't even exist anymore. The key here is to give yourself permission to evolve. Your values change over time, so your spending should too. Don't let past you write checks that present you doesn't actually want to cash. Spend your money in a way that feels right for the person you are today. And that brings us to our final lesson, and it's such an important one. It's the difference between being rational and being reasonable. This is all about embracing the emotional, human side of money, what you might call the sleep-at-night factor. Look, a spreadsheet will tell you it's irrational to pay off a mortgage with a low interest rate early. The pure math says you should invest that money instead. But a reasonable human knows that being completely debt-free gives you a feeling of security and peace that you just can't calculate on a spreadsheet. One approach optimizes for numbers, the other optimizes for a good night's sleep. So it all boils down to this. The ultimate goal of your financial life isn't just to maximize your financial return, it's to maximize your peace of mind. And you have to remember, those are often two very, very different things. All right, let's pull all 4 of these powerful lessons together. Let's combine them into a simple, cohesive philosophy, a brand new compass to guide your financial decisions from now on. And here it is, your new philosophy in 4 simple rules. 1. Spend for utility, not for status. 2. Use your money to buy back your time and your freedom. 3. Align your spending with who you are now, not who you used to be. And 4. Always prioritize the decisions that help you sleep well at night. So, when you do all this, what do you get? Well, it's the antidote to that constant comparison, that Instagram envy we all feel. More than that, it's your official permission slip to just step off the hamster wheel of earning and spending just for the sake of it. So, we'll leave you with one last powerful question to really think about. If you couldn't post it online, couldn't show it off, couldn't tell a single soul about it, what would you spend your money on? The answer to that question isn't just where you'll find contentment, it's the real key to building a truly rich life.